Hello, welcome back to Chapter 5, Section 7, where we're learning about point-slope form. In these problems, and this time we're going to do 6 of them, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In these problems, we're going to start off with point-slope form, and then we're going to simplify it and solve it for y, which means getting the y by itself or isolated, and that's going to put it into slope-intercept form. Okay? So we want to end up with slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, but we're given point-slope form, which is y subtract y1 equals slope times x minus x1. And again, pause, rewind. You've seen all this before. I know it seems like I'm throwing stuff out. It's okay, you got this. So I'm going to start with this, just like in the previous video, except after that, then I'm going to do something here. This is x1, this is y1. So I go y subtract 8 equals negative 1/3 times x subtract negative 3. That, with a little bit of simplifying here and some other stuff, that is point-slope form. Now I need to simplify and get the y by itself. First, I'm going to take care of this inside the parentheses. Y minus 8 equals negative 1/3. Subtracting negative 3 means adding 3. Now I'm going to do distribution. I'm going to multiply the negative third by the x and by the 3. So I get y minus 8 equals negative 1/3 times x. Negative 1/3 times positive 3 is negative 1. And my last step, I need to isolate the y, get the y all by itself. See how it's all by itself on the left side of the equal sign? So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, and I get y equals negative 1/3 x. 8 plus negative 1 is 7. All right. My slope is 2, number 8. My slope is 2, and I got x1 is 1 and y1 is also 1. So 0.11. So you get y subtract 1 equals 2 times x subtract 1. This one seems to be a little bit less work than the other one because I don't have the subtracting negative and other stuff. So I'm going to do y subtract 1 equals 2 times x, 2 times negative 1. And to isolate the y, I'm going to add 1 to both sides, and I get y equals 2x. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So again, slope-intercept form from point-slope form. Number 9. Again, this is my first x, this is my first y. Y subtract negative 2 equals 1/3 times x subtract negative 6. Let's take care of the subtracting negatives first. Subtracting negative 2 becomes y plus 2, and subtracting negative 6 becomes x plus 6. Now I'm going to multiply here, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to multiply here by distribution. 1/3 times x, and 1/3 times 6 is the same as 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Finally, I'm going to add negative 2 to both sides to get the y by itself, and I get y equals 1/3 x plus 0. Now you could have left out the plus 0. I'm okay with that. Like I said before, I like to show the things that are hidden so you know what they are. This tells me that the y-intercept is 0, and that's perfectly okay. All right. Got a couple more in this section to do. Hopefully by doing 6 of them, you're going to be good at this. Slope is 2. My point is negative 1, 1. So y subtract 1 equals 2 times x subtract negative 1. So the 1 goes here, the negative 1 goes here, and the slope goes here. y subtract 1 equals 2 times x plus 1. Subtracting negative 1 is adding the opposite, so I get positive 1. Y minus 1, just use distribution. 2 times x, 2 times 1. And then I'm going to add 1 to both sides, and I get y equals 2x plus 3. Now, on the fourth problem, I feel myself picking up the pace a little bit. So like I'm letting you watch me do it. As always, pause it, rewind it. If you didn't catch something, watch it again. I know how that goes. It's hard to make these videos when I'm all by myself without watching students if I'm going too fast or if I'm going too slow. So just be aware of that. I'm aware of it too. All right. Number 11. So again, here's my point, negative 2, negative 7. Y subtract negative 7. So y subtract the first y equals my slope times x subtract my x value, 2. I'm going to clean this up and get y plus 7. I'm going to use distribution. Y plus 7 equals 3x minus 6. And then I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides and get y equals 3x subtract 13. For number 12, again, here's my x1, here's my y1. Y subtract 2 equals my slope, which is negative 4, times x subtract 4. Y subtract 2, I'm going to use distribution. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Add 2 to both sides, and I get y equals negative 4x plus 18. All right, we did 6 of those. Hopefully you're starting to make sense. In the next video, we're going to do the same thing, except we need to find the slope.